There's a part inside your water heater that's been dissolving on purpose since the day it was installed. That's number one on the list of things nobody at the store will ever tell you. It's a metal rod. It costs somewhere between $12 and $40, and it alone decides whether your tank quietly dies at 8 years or runs past 25. This isn't one bad brand or one cheap tank. It's the way the entire water heater business is built, around a single part they'd rather you never learned the name of. It's called a sacrificial anode rod. There are 7 things about it on this list, and the last one is the reason your neighbor paid $200 more for the exact same tank you have in your garage right now. By the end, you'll know all 7, the 2 rods actually worth your money, and the 1 20-minute job that can double how long your tank lasts. Here's how it actually works. Inside that steel tank is a long rod made of magnesium or aluminum. Steel rusts fast in hot water, so the manufacturer drops in a metal that corrodes even easier than steel. The water goes after the rod and leaves the tank walls alone. That's the whole trick. The rod sacrifices itself so your tank doesn't have to. It's genuinely clever engineering, and I mean that. But there's a catch they don't print on the box. The day that rod is finally eaten away, the clock on your actual tank starts running. A neglected tank averages 8 to 12 years before it rusts through and floods your floor. But the same tank, with the rod looked after, routinely runs past 20. And almost nobody looks, because almost nobody was ever told the rod was in there. Ask 10 homeowners what an anode rod is, and maybe one can tell you. That's number 1. We've barely started. Number 2 is where they hid the instructions. Every major manufacturer, Rheem, A.O. Smith, Bradford White, tells you in writing to inspect that rod every 1 to 3 years and replace it every 3 to 5. I'm not making that up to sound dramatic. It's printed right in the owner's manual, usually buried around page 9, under a heading you were never going to read. But the person selling you the tank won't say it out loud even once, because a rod you replace on schedule is a tank that outlives its warranty by a decade, and a tank that dies right on time is a tank you get to buy all over again. $40 of maintenance, or a $2,000 replacement and a cold shower on a Sunday. They're betting you'll pick the second one without knowing there was a first. That's number 2. And if that rod rattled you, good. Every machine in your garage has one just like it, quietly deciding how long it lasts. No sponsors, nobody pays me. I built the vault after tossing a tank I could have saved. It's the maintenance that turns a 5-year machine into a 20-year one. You got today free either way. The link's below. Number 3 is the rod they chose to put in for you. Magnesium protects best. It's the most reactive, it guards the steel the hardest, and it's what a quality tank ships with. But magnesium has a weakness. In certain water, it reacts with bacteria and turns your hot water into the smell of rotten eggs. So plenty of cheaper tanks quietly ship a weaker aluminum rod instead. Aluminum lasts longer and it's quieter about the smell, but it protects less, and it dumps more sludge into the bottom of your tank as it goes. There's a third kind too, aluminum blended with zinc, and zinc is the one that actually fights the smell. Most people are never offered a choice at all. They get whatever the factory decided was cheapest that week. Remember magnesium. It comes back before the end. That's number 3. Number 4 punishes you for an upgrade you already paid good money for. If you've got a water softener, and a lot of you do, that soft water eats your anode rod 2 to 3 times faster than hard water would. Softened water is more aggressive against the rod, so it dissolves quicker, and then your bare tank is next in line. And here's the part that stings. Buried in the warranty fine print, several manufacturers admit softened water shortens the rod's life and quietly require you to replace it more often to keep your coverage valid. So 2 upgrades, sold to you in 2 separate transactions, are secretly fighting each other inside your own garage. And if you're on hard water instead, out across the Southwest or the Plains, places like Arizona, Texas, Utah, Indiana, that mineral load chews through the rod from the other direction. But either way, the rod loses faster than you think. That's number 4. Pause here for a second, because numbers 5, 6, and 7 all come out of the same place. Count the water heater brands lined up at your store. You've got Rheem, Rude, Richmond, GE, EcoSmart, then State, American, Reliance, and the Whirlpool sitting in Lowe's. It looks like a dozen companies competing for your money. But it's three. The first group is all Rheem. The second is all A.O. Smith. And most of what's left is Bradford White. Different badge, different price tag, same assembly line, same tank, same rod. That's number 5, and it's the key that unlocks the final 2. And if you've made it this far, you already understand what this channel is really about. Drop the brand you always thought was independent down in the comments. I'll be reading them. Number 6 is the one that stings if you shop at the big box. The tank with the famous name sitting on the floor at the home center is not the same tank a plumber buys under that exact same name. The store version very often gets a cheaper dip tube, a thinner anode, and a plastic drain valve where the professional version gets brass. Same logo. Same brand you thought you could trust. Just built down to a price for the shelf you happen to find it on. And yeah, I know I've now spent 10 minutes turning a water heater into a conspiracy. But this one you can verify yourself. Standing in the aisle, comparing the spec sheets. You didn't pay for the quality. You paid for the sticker. That's number 6. And number 7 is the one they really don't want you connecting. Walk up to that shelf and you'll see what looks like the same tank offered in 3 warranty lengths. 6-year, 9-year, 12-year. The price climbs by $200, sometimes $250 as that number goes up. So here's what the extra money actually buys you. It isn't a better tank, because the steel shell is completely identical. But the 12-year model has a second anode rod inside, or a single bigger one, plus a slightly nicer drain valve. That is the whole difference. And this isn't a forum rumor. A homeowner called Rheem and asked them straight, and Rheem told him the 6- and 9-year tanks are the same tank, and the price difference was really just paying for the longer warranty. So read that back slowly. The 12-year tank is the 6-year tank, with a $12 rod screwed into it. That's number 7, and it's the whole game in one sentence. So that's the list. And the point was never to scare you off your own water heater. The point is that every single trick on that list has the same cheap answer, and it's been sitting on the same shelf the entire time. You don't need a fancier tank. You need to win the one fight this whole industry is quietly built on you losing. So here's exactly how you do it. First, the move that beats the warranty game outright. Buy the cheapest 6-year tank on the shelf. Then spend $25 to $40 on a full-length magnesium rod and put it in yourself. It's one socket, the 1 1/16 inch size, about 20 minutes, and it's done. You now own the 12-year tank for $200 less than the guy standing next to you. The honest catch: some tanks are wedged in with barely any ceiling clearance above them, so if there's no room to pull a long rod straight up, buy the flexible segmented kind that feeds in one section at a time. That's the entire fix. Remember when I told you magnesium comes back? That's it. Second, if you're on hard water, running a softener, or dealing with that rotten egg smell we talked about, skip the sacrificial rod entirely. A powered titanium anode is the upgrade here, and the corro-protec is the one most people land on. It doesn't dissolve at all. It runs a tiny electrical current that protects the steel directly. It's rated for around 20 years. And it kills the sulfur smell inside a day. The honest caveat: it runs about $150 up front, and it needs a power outlet within reach of the tank. But you install it once, and you basically never think about it again. Third, the one I'd personally spend my own money on, if you want out of the big box game completely. A Bradford White from a plumbing supplier is a heavier tank built for the trade instead of the shelf. The honest caveat is a real one. You can't just walk in and buy one. You need a plumber to source it, and it'll cost you more. But here's the takeaway that matters, even if you never buy a thing off this list. Even the best tank on earth still dies if you ignore the rod inside it. The tank was never really the product. The maintenance always was. So here's the whole thing in one line. The part that decides whether your water heater lasts 8 years or 25 isn't the brand, it isn't the badge, and it definitely isn't the warranty number on the box. It's a $12 rod they were hoping you'd never learn to check. Well, now you know it's in there. Go pull the plastic cap off the top of your tank, put a socket on that hex head, and actually look at the rod somewhere around year 3. If what comes out is a thin bare wire, you just saved yourself $2,000 and a flooded floor. That's not a small thing, and it's yours now. Next, there's the salt-free water softener they sell you as an upgrade. The one that does almost nothing the label quietly promises, and once you've seen the actual test data, you will never walk past it in the aisle the same way again. YouTube thinks you'll like that one, so go click it. And if you made it all the way to the end of this, subscribe, because that rod was dissolving the entire time you owned the place. Now, you're the one who knew.